Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Do you want to hear a story? I'm not letting go.
Are you ready for this?
Follow your heart.
I'm going in.
This is
Blockbuster Smash Up.
Welcome to another episode of Blockbuster Smash Up, our Halloween episode. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and as each episode, I'll be joined by my co-host, the spooky Todd G. Levin, and our special guests, as we try to smash one globally accepted good film and one globally accepted bad film into one hopefully cohesive new film for you guys. With that said, let's dive in and meet our guests. All right, I have Truman Alfaro. Truman, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And I've also got Mike Christensen, who I've never met ever before.
We are total strangers. It's terrifying.
He's also sometimes on a podcast that I might have listened to.
I'm on 2 podcasts that you're on.
What? You can't prove that. And I guess a third now?
4th now.
Oh, geez.
Let's make it 5.
Made a lot of
Yeah,
life
welcome,
choices.
Mike. Welcome to this podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's just the stage over, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like you just walk through a door, that's all, you know?
Yeah,
We just have all these podcasts going
and
on
I'm just
continuously.
multiple clones of myself.
That's right. You're like Dr. Manhattan of podcasting.
They don't let me out of here. I don't know what's outside this room.
I have full power over all matter, but all I can do is just these podcasts.
But I'm just interested in podcasting.
Let's talk about movies.
Well, he can make gold with his fingers, but he just keeps talking to that stupid mic. We figure if we just let him do it, he'll eventually make gold for us, but he hasn't done it yet.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
It'd be amazing if God's just trolled people like that. Today I fucked with Platypus. I just rearranged a bunch of shit on him and just was like, figure it out. And he's like, what am I? I
A
don't
rat,
know
a
now.
beaver, and a duck. Well, I was trying to make a joke, I suppose, and then it just...
There's a really interesting sitcom there. God and a platypus, basically.
God as a platypus.
Oh. If we make it sound like we learned something, then it sounds smarter.
Stay in school.
All right, guys. So we're going to ask you some personal questions. Todd?
Yes?
The personal question?
I'm Todd, by the way.
Oh, you're Todd. Hi, Todd.
Todd.
This is the Halloween episode because it's Halloween. Yeah, so I wanted to ask a Halloween...
If you're listening to this in April, you messed up.
No, this is the official Halloween episode. The scariest movie you've ever seen, or movie that scared you the most as a kid, or
Scariest movie I've ever seen
Yeah.
and movie that scared me the most as a kid are 2 radically different answers. Because scariest movie I've ever seen, probably going to be something like The Birds. Really freaks me out.
Okay.
Really?
Are you afraid of birds?
I'm afraid of horror movies. I'm not good with horror movies.
Attack of the horror movie.
As far as like really effective horror movies, like Seven really I love it. I've seen it so many times, but it really gets me. Like
Sure.
it really unsettles me. Most terrifying movie as a kid was Beauty and the Beast. I was terrified of the Beast.
This is
You know, we
why
got a
ask
weird
these
answer
questions.
before because we had a previous guest on the show, Kelly Egan, and she said that was like her favorite movie as a
Yeah.
kid, and she like loved it.
I remember listening to that episode, and you asked, "Were you afraid of the Beast?" And she was like, "No." And I remember listening and going, "I was afraid of the Beast."
He's scary. He's a scary
Yeah.
dude.
I gotta watch it again. I
There's
haven't
a scene
seen it in a long time.
right at the beginning, in the prologue, when there's a poster of the There's a painting of the prince, and then the
He might have gotten
Beast's-
posters
It was
made. You don't
probably
know.
a poster. It was
He was
probably
running a
a print.
campaign.
The Beast's hands run up and like just appear in frame and tear the poster, and it always terrified me. And it was playing in Blockbuster anytime we went there, and
Wow.
apparently I was just always petrified. And then
Would you like go home and like touch your posters and be like, "Not you. You're safe. Don't worry."
it was
I'll
just
never let it happen to
it
you.
just
you
freaked
down
me out. And then like for
Until
a
I
year, because I was
grow out of
3.
you.
I was
Right.
3 years old, and then like 2 years later, I was obsessed with it because that's how kids are.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
like,
This
was
thing
like-
that terrified me made me feel things. I love it.
That was me in swimming pools. Continue.
yeah, no, I mean it's basically.
Oh, we're gonna come back to that.
Let's unpack that, Todd.
I didn't. My mom tells the story. I don't remember it, of course.
Yeah.
That I was like petrified of going in the water. Would cry. They would pick me up and put me near it, and I would be like crying and everything. And then the next summer, she said, I just like. They were like, oh, we'll get used to another summer of like Todd not wanting to go in the water and being afraid and everything.
Fucking Todd.
And I must have.
That's how parents talk about their kids, right?
That's right. And I must have. I don't know what happened, but in that time, something must have happened. I must have had a good experience with like the pool or something like that without them there. And that she always says like, yeah, just summer came and like you opened the door, just jumped in the pool. We were like, wait, don't you hate the pool? Like
It was
what the
time.
hell? Truman. So scariest movie as a kid or scariest movie you've ever seen?
scariest movie as a kid that is translated to being the scariest movie I still have ever seen.
Ooh.
There was a mid-'80s classic. You might have heard of it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my god!
You know, I've never seen it.
I haven't, but I want to so bad. Wait. Didn't a clown turn somebody into like cotton candy?
So they would wrap you in cotton candy,
Oh,
and then they would
geez.
suck out your blood with a crazy straw.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
and
gotta
then-
see it.
Then they had like these little popcorn monsters that would also eat you.
Popcorn monsters?
I tried watching this movie again recently, and it's supposed to be a funny horror movie. I'm just like, no, this is straight up horror.
This is just terrifying.
This is just nightmare fuel. Right
am
now.
going to watch this now. I like the concept of popcorn being evil because, you know, it's a great way of taking
Something trusted and turning it against us.
something that you're currently watching the movie
Yeah.
with,
That's
and then
true.
suddenly
Oh,
you're
that is
in the theater
interesting,
being
like,
like, oh,
it's all over my hands.
Am I eating the popcorn or is it eating me?
Oh, it sounds like we learned something.
We did. All right. Well, those were our guests, and we got to know you guys a little bit better. But now that'll take us to our smash up. Smash, 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 smash up. All right, this is Blockbuster Smash Up. This is the game where Todd and I will say a globally accepted good film and globally accepted bad film, and all of us here will be forced to smash it together and create hopefully a cohesive new film for everybody that makes sense and has a cold open, a plot, and a finale. So, Todd, for this episode, you have the globally accepted
Good film.
Good film.
yes, I have the good film, and it is a great one.
And I have the bad film.
Yes, and we've sort of done a Halloween
Yeah.
situation here. Yeah.
Mine's a little spooky. Yours
Oh, yeah.
is a little spooky.
Yeah, they're all together ooky.
Oh, God.
The podcast.
I have to, we have to complete it.
By the way, Boo, also a Halloween film.
Wow.
I was scared.
All right. So,
Yes.
on the count of three.
3 it is.
1, 2, 3.
Nightmare
Anaconda.
Before Christmas.
Wow.
What? No.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas and Anaconda?
Which one's the bad one?
Oh, how dare you. Fun fact, they just came out and said Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, I think Tim Burton was like, it is a Halloween film.
Yeah, today.
No, it
I
was
think-
Henry Selick, and that
Yeah,
is
the director.
exactly why I chose it, because I also was like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, is it a Christmas movie though, or a night? I mean, it's definitely like a Halloween movie.
It can be both.
And he like definitively, someone asked, a little girl apparently asked him in a Q&A, and Henry
That's
Selick
awesome.
said, it's a Halloween movie.
Was
for
he
sure.
just like, shut up, little girl, it's Halloween.
Get out of here,
Get your
kid.
Christmas spirit out of here.
Look, if Die
It
Hard
was
can be
Cindy
a
Lou Who.
Christmas
She just really wanted to know.
if Die Hard can be a Christmas movie, which we all know it is,
Yes,
then
it
we
is.
can consider Nightmare.
There's so much Christmas cheer in that movie.
Nightmare Before Christmas is also honorary Christmas movie.
It's both, but it's definitely a Halloween movie because it deals with the inhabitants of Halloween
Yeah.
Town. So to recap Nightmare Before Christmas, if you haven't seen it, Jack Skellington is the head honcho, sort of town mascot of a place called Halloween Town, in a world where our holidays are sort of encapsulated in entire worlds.
Yeah, like Halloween is an actual like place.
Our world is this world, and then there's also another world that's a different dimension or something, where there are people who inhabit the world of Halloween, and it's about Jack Skellington, who has grown tired of being crowned the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town.
and he's like their mayor, or
no, he's not the mayor, but he's kind of like the
He's the Van Wilder
he's the
of
Pumpkin
Halloween
King.
Town.
the Van Wilder.
People are like, Jack Skellington's coming to town. Oh my gosh. I
Show us your ribs. Woo!
Oh man, he tires of the crown and he wanders off one day, and it's an existential crisis of being on
Yeah.
top forever.
As skeletons have
That's
from time
right.
to time.
Well,
by the way,
eternity.
Jack Skellington is the skeleton.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he wanders away, and then he finds in a far away in this forest a place where there are all these trees that basically are portals to
Which
different
are
holidays.
Let's be honest, they're stargates, right? They're stargates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
They're
they're
all-
stargates.
I thought they were the doors from Monsters Inc.
Ooh,
shit.
let's unpack
Shit,
this
crossover,
right
please.
now.
Wait,
Please.
it is a Disney movie, right? So
Yeah.
And they are
Oh,
doors.
wow.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. All
Sully,
that-
we
like-
missed the scene where Sully steps out of one and goes in the other one.
Yeah, or just like, he's like walking in and you just like, kitty. But anyway, so Jack finds a Christmas tree door, goes through that portal and finds Christmas Town, which is this insanely,
It's just the North
joyous
Pole, basically.
it's a joyous town that's an anthropomorphized place that deals with Christmas, just like his is Halloween, and he freaks out and loves it and thinks it's so interesting and new. He he realizes that everything deals with this Santa Claus fellow. He kidnaps Santa Claus, takes him to Halloween Town, and then messes up Christmas for us in the world that we live in. And
By trying to do it himself.
And he sort of, usurps the holiday. And, so anyway.
Puts like dead things in presents. It's amazing.
It's a great film, and it's a musical. There's a lot of great songs and everything. Everyone thinks Tim Burton directed, but no, in fact, it is Henry Selick. And he realizes, of course, by the end that that Halloween is a separate thing, and, it's really a metaphor for like interracial marriage.
Yeah, that's what I took away from it.
I was just wondering where we were going with this.
Yeah, I walked away from that being as a kid. I was like, I get it now.
Yeah,
It's an Aryan Nation movie. Like stay within your holiday.
Stay in your own lane, guys.
Oh God.
He realizes, that Halloween is a special thing and it's wonderful, and Christmas is its own special thing, and neither the twain shall meet. But now that they've had this experience,
if you
they
try
can
to do something
appreciate it.
that you're bad at, you will fail.
Yeah, that's just it's really about being yourself.
Why
A
even
lot
try?
of good life lessons.
Why
in
even
that
try?
movie.
It's really staying true to yourself, and there's a love story
Yeah.
that's kind of sandwiched in there a little bit, and that is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, that's an awesome pick for a movie. I picked Anaconda.
Yeah, fuck you.
Which is an awesome pick for a
Which
movie.
is
great bad movie.
Like it is a great bad movie.
It's fantastic.
It is a great bad movie. And let me give you the summary of Anaconda if you've never seen it.
I feel like I got it
and
with the name.
And with the name Anaconda, you pretty much have the premise of this film.
It's a snake.
This is a Nicki Minaj
It's about a
song,
snake.
right?
Yeah, it is a Nicki Minaj song.
Okay. I can match that up.
If she was the lead of this film instead of Jennifer Lopez, oh my God, this would have been the good film.
I forgot Jennifer Lopez was the lead of Anaconda.
The summary
Oh my God, yeah.
The summary of Anaconda is such. 7 individuals, part of a documentary film crew, are making their way down the Amazon River on what can only be described as a houseboat. Like a house, but instead of like grass around it, there's just water and stuff. Because like the boat they're on is literally, it's just like a house. It's like someone cut off a piece of an apartment building and just stuck it in the river. Anyways.
And what are they looking for? They're looking for something, apparently.
They're looking, so yeah, the crew is looking for like a lost tribe that's in the Amazon, and they're
Okay.
going to do a documentary on it.
Right.
Is basically. Now, the crew is rounded out by several actors, such as Ice Cube.
Yes.
boy.
Who's playing
Yes.
the cameraman. Jennifer Lopez, as I mentioned, is the director. And Owen Wilson is the sound engineer.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
So-
no one does. Owen Wilson is in that movie.
But
You
the
said-
best casting choice is the
and he
villain.
dies. He gets eaten.
You said a bunch of actors. Then you named one actor.
Oh, well.
But
There's
the
a
best,
bunch of them.
The best casting,
One of them being Owen Wilson.
the best casting choice, I think, happens to be the villain.
Oh, we're getting there. So upon their journey of looking for this mysterious tribe, they run into John Voight.
Yeah.
Who
Midnight
plays...
Cowboy himself.
Hold on. John Voight plays a stranded Paraguayan snake hunter.
And he talks like this
The accent, the slick back ponytail.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
See, I thought you were going to say he plays the Anaconda.
Oh, I wish. Oh, man.
Yes. John Voight is.
Guess whose father I am. So, Snake Hunter Voight says he knows where the tribe is and agrees to help them. That, of course, goes terribly because unexpected jungle happens. Like,
no.
like wasp stings and the natural habitat of a giant snake being repeatedly fucked with by a house-sized boat. And at this point, the giant snake appears and proceeds to eat a bunch of the crew.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Then-
there's a giant snake
Yeah.
because it's Anaconda.
It's Anaconda. Then, totally unexpected, the sweetheart, John Voight, Snake Hunter, captures Ice Cube.
The sweetheart?
Captures Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez and uses them as bait for another, more gianter snake.
Oh my God.
Yep, there was another one at the very end of the movie. They're like, no, a bigger snake.
and he's trying to his purpose is
he's hunting the snake, I think, as like a
Right.
bounty hunter.
right.
Like, he's gonna like.
he has a big scar on his face.
Like his white whale.
He's Ahab.
Yeah, he's Ahab,
basically
basically.
Paraguayan.
That sounds almost
Great
interesting.
Ahab.
Yeah, Ahab.
Yeah.
What's that movie? Let's watch that one instead.
Yeah.
It's
right?
called Anaconda. With John Voight.
It's definitely
from
called
Paraguay.
Anaconda.
No.
And I feel like the writers were probably trying to put in a little Heart of Darkness in that movie.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they were trying really hard to like put that in there, but it's just not there. I mean, when you cast like Owen Wilson in that movie,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they came to set and they were like so excited. They'd spent the whole night like writing these scenes. Like, oh man, can you believe it? And then they looked up and they see like John Voight in the ponytail, and they see like Jennifer Lopez.
Can we get
Yeah.
Marlon Brando? No? John Voight will do
All right.
Although, let's be fair, Apocalypse Now with Owen Wilson, I would watch that movie
Oh my
every
god,
day.
yeah. Owen Wilson going crazy?
I feel like the only character he could play is the Dennis Hopper character, like the journalist who's at Kurtz's.
I feel like he plays every character.
Yeah.
Oh man, even better. Just every one-man single character in that movie. Well, guys, John Voight, unfortunately for him, gets eaten when he's trying to sacrifice Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube to a giant snake.
Sure.
Ice Cube axes a snake to death, and in the end, they finally get to see that tribe they were all excited about.
Classic bad movie. Classic.
Nice.
Okay, so
We've got Anaconda
we have our work cut out for us.
and Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's right.
Does anyone want to take the cold open?
Well, it's got to be a song. I think it's got to be some kind of song, and it's
It's
got to be
John
like
Voight.
I think it's Anaconda Land.
John Voight.
Okay, I was
It's,
thinking
it's like
Land,
Anaconda Town or
Everything is
Anaconda Land, you know?
snakes.
And it's just like snakes, 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 snakes.
Those are
snakes,
maracas,
snakes,
but they're their tails
snakes,
rattling.
snakes and snakes and
And
everywhere.
there's one snake that's just slithering his way through town, and everyone's like, "Hey, Mr. Snake!
Hey, it's Andy. Andy Conda.
Andy Conda.
Andy Conda is the Snake King.
Yeah.
right?
Snake
yeah.
King.
Yeah.
He's the king of Snake
He's
Town.
the,
the
the-
unofficial king of. He's the Van
Yeah.
Wilder.
Yeah, he's the right. Yeah, and the town's named after him. It's Anaconda Land, you know, Andy Conda Land.
Except
you know?
it's Snake Land.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what happens in this town? It's like a town full of snakes.
The town is just littered in snake puns. Like everything is a snake pun.
Hey,
There's a club called Snake Rattle and Roll.
yeah,
oh
like
wow.
There's the girl he likes works at the Natural History Museum.
oh my god. Yes. And to a certain
Oh,
point, he's
man.
like, well, what's wrong, Andy? It's like, well, I love all these snake puns. I mean, we all do.
That's all they have.
That's all they have.
Yeah,
'cause
they have-
snakes are not a holiday.
They have this whole. It's just a shitty holiday in some like tribe somewhere, and like
Oh my
so
God.
in the world of like
Tribe's holiday.
in the world of like holiday movies or whatever or holiday worlds, there's a ton of them. That forest is actually very deep with all the holiday worlds,
Right.
But we only see like the major. He went to the North American section.
Yeah, the
you know?
Christian Orthodox holiday.
Yeah, and then there's like the other parts of the forest that are for different holidays, and this is an obscure
really, like,
part of the forest.
Once you get past a few trees, there's Flag Day and there's like Columbus Day.
Day.
You open up, there's just a bunch of dead Indians. You close the door. Happy Thanksgiving, almost.
and then there's just
gosh.
there's all kinds of
Flag Day is
days.
just a sign like, please come in, anyone.
So in an obscure part of the forest, there is
There is a
all the
snake
rest.
holiday.
there's a snake holiday based off of some tribe in Paraguay or somewhere. You
I
know?
actually have the name of the tribe.
Oh,
It's
here it
the-
is.
It's the Shirishamas tribe.
All right, there it is.
okay.
So Shirishamas, you don't think you get enough shout outs on podcasts.
Here, this
You
one's
do
for
now.
you.
Hashtag Shri Shaman.
So the Shirishamas have the snake holiday that they love,
Of course.
and in the
Anaconda.
and
There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Also the pun of it's the banner that's across the entire
It's
town.
Anaconda Land.
So okay, at the end of this triumphant song, I think there's like, "Oh, great job, Andy!" You know, like we'll have a great one next year, and he's just like, "Yeah, someday."
He says, "Yeah,
Someday, and he
Oh
like,
my
and he like,
God.
and he sulks off, like into a forest.
Does he
Slinks
sulk off?
Yeah, right.
He slithers away.
Slithers away.
I'm so sorry,
and I think
everyone.
that's
with his
like
tail
the-
between his legs. Cut to the documentary filmmakers on the boats. They want to study Anaconda, and because they've heard about this ritual, this tradition, in this
So they're going to the
far-off
tribe to like learn about Anaconda.
about the culture, yeah.
the shimmy. What is it again?
And when they're examining the tribe, they find the tree. And they're like, "Oh wow!"
Oh, they find the tree.
and they wander into Anaconda Land,
Anaconda.
Anaconda Land.
As they go through the tree,
Yeah.
the giant snake that has been following John Voight and them, the real world giant snake, follows them into Anaconda Land, while Andy, the anaconda, the clay animation snake, comes back out into the real world. So John Voight is.
We switch places.
Yeah,
Whoa!
exactly.
What does the door look like to the regular human world? Is it just John Voight's face? With a ponytail?
I was gonna say it's like the shield of like the Chimichanga Warriors. John Voight's face is just way better. I feel like
it's like, why is this here?
I like
This is
it.
what you needed to see, Andy. So he goes into the human world.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And a lot of the same scenario happens, but he happens to like eat a person.
Yeah.
Accidentally. Andy eats somebody and he's like, this is amazing. What's this? Like, as he's digesting the person.
What's this?
Yeah, so there's like
person in
I
my
think there's a
mouth?
cross-cut.
Yeah, we have a-
what's this song where it's like
Yeah.
the people, the humans are like in the claymation Anaconda land being like, what's this?
These
What's
snakes
this?
that have never seen people.
So the Anaconda now is all about being like a real snake.
So do we now have two different anacondas or just the Anaconda claymation
I don't know.
Anaconda?
I think it was Anaconda that went out of the snake world into the real world and
Yeah.
was mistaken for an evil.
And is there a real anaconda that went into Anaconda
there's
land?
gotta be,
I think there's
yeah.
gotta be, yeah.
And
So a
maybe-
real one goes into Anaconda land.
Maybe this new anaconda, the real anaconda, is sitting there and he's trying to like cope with this. Like,
What's this?
What's this?
He has his own
Snake
song.
Town. What's this snake? And he suddenly realizes that he can speak. This real anaconda, he can like speak in this town or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I think over the course of the film, he grows to love like
That's what- yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like people have made him a holiday and a god and everything, and like
And also,
so-
like, he doesn't have to in this town. Like, he's not hungry. He doesn't like need to eat stuff
'Cause
all
he's
the
clay,
time.
right?
Because he becomes clay. So he's like, here, like, I don't have to eat people. Like, it's so wonderful. While Andy is like experiencing it for the first time. Like, he's
Hunger.
stepping out, and he's like, and he also has like a poor experience of it because this house full of people just showed up on like in front of him. He's like, there's people everywhere. It's like free food all the time.
They deliver you people on a boat?
I was just in the mood for people. This is crazy.
So really, this is just a great story about two snakes finding what they really wanted in life.
That's right. It's about being true to yourself.
Being true to yourself.
So how do we like what's the third act here? You know, the climax.
So yeah,
is
so
that we
each
get
of
to.
them are experiencing. So like, it's
So,
still the
hang
Anaconda
on.
movie, but with a clay snake.
Here's my question: when you breach the door, you switch. You
Yeah.
are whatever you are.
Yeah.
So there has to be a scene where we see, because basically, as soon as the documentary film crew walks in, it's claymation J-Lo and Ice Cube.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as we have to have a scene where we see claymation John Voight, we have to. He has to go in
has
and
to come
and
into
hunt
the-
Snake Town.
So maybe in the real world, John Voight has been hunting. You know, Andy's just trying to be nice to everybody, and then he realizes that there's like, you know, the Shimishawa tribe or whatever that's like, you
Yeah.
know, like praising him or whatever. Then there's like John Voight and his like people that are trying to kill him, and he's like, man, people are mean, and he's like forced to eat Owen Wilson.
Andy retreats through the door back to Snake Land. John Voight follows him. They have to have a fight on that weird twisted mountain.
Yeah, and now there's
Snake
there's
Mountain.
Which is clearly a snake. Yeah.
Mountain.
Snake Mountain.
It's a tail.
Yeah.
And
it
now-
kind of already is.
And now
And John Voight's like having the time of his life because these snakes don't understand like predatory response. Maybe they don't even have like really fangs or poison.
No,
They're
these
just
snakes
like
have lived happy lives.
yeah,
by
they're just
themselves.
clay snakes. So like,
Yeah.
hey, a friend, and then he just starts blowing away clay snakes like left and right.
And I think there's got to be a really funny scene where now that there's the real Anaconda, you know, who has come back.
Yeah.
There's like got to be some awkward, you know, scenes where there's like the two of them in the same
honey,
place.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
honey, you didn't know? You didn't notice that wasn't me?
And just
No.
like the anaconda
No.
snake from real life is just like, I don't know, and he like learns. He's like learning to speak, and he's
Yeah.
just like, honey, I don't know, and then you know,
Who is this guy?
And they wrestle, and they're like, I don't know who's the real one.
yeah, there's John Voight's trying to shoot, and then also
No, it's the wife,
Ice
the
Cube
snake
is
wife.
trying to shoot with
Yeah,
his
yeah.
camera, and he's just like be sure to J-Lo's like be sure to stay on Andy, or be sure to, you know, it's
Which-
like, I
which
don't know
one's the
which
real one?
it
It's
is.
just
So
like
Ice Cube
tangled
has a
snake.
crisis of shots too. I don't know which one.
Which one do I record? now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah, let's break down. Let's unpack this movie.
Oh, there's so much.
Let's say at some point, Claymation Andy, or not Andy, I'm sorry, John Voight,
Yeah.
meets Andy's family and falls in love.
Oh.
He who has hated snakes. his
Oh,
whole
there you
life.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
So like he goes there to hunt, but like he realizes bullets are useless.
Well, he's in a
'Cause it's
claymation
clay.
world.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, what am I gonna do?
So who would be the best person that he would fall in love with? Maybe there's someone in the town who
The
you know,
mayor's daughter.
No, you
there
know
you
what it
go.
is?
Yeah.
King Cobra's daughter or whatever, you know.
Or if
And
we
he
wanna
sees her,
tie
he's
it-
like, that's the most beautiful snake I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
I would hunt you for days. And like,
So what we've got at the end here is we've got these two Andys that are, you know, like fighting over the love of Andy's wife, and they're like trying to decide which one to kill and all that kind of stuff. You got John Voight who's after them, trying to kill one of the Andys or take them back because he wants to put them, on display in a museum, very much like King Kong or something like that. Then you've got John Voight's lover, who he's like fallen in love with this snake, who's trying to, and his heart is changing into a snake lover instead
He's
of
like,
a snake
and he's
hater.
asking all these questions, like so many things he's never asked before. He's like, why did I chase the snake so much? Is it because I hated them or is it because I loved them? And some really deep John Voight scenes, again, all done singing.
Are parents going to leave the movie and be like, how am I supposed to explain a man loving a snake to my kids?
I mean, yes.
It was supposed to be Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
I think the final person who has to reveal everything to everybody that gives I think we all learned something. I think that is delivered by Ice Cube.
Ice Cube?
Yeah,
Excellent.
I think
Because
he's been filming
everything,
everything.
yeah.
He's like,
Puts the camera down.
He puts the camera down. And he's like, yeah, it's very dramatic. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm putting this camera down.
the
Also,
first time we've
it's
seen
out
his-
of battery and it's clay. I don't even know if I recorded anything. But I've been watching you guys for a while now, and whether you're man who loves or hates snakes, or snake who also likes other clay snakes,
Or a snake who doesn't think he's a snake, but then realizes that he's a real snake and that there's fake snakes and that there's a snake religion. Regardless.
Solid snake just
regardless
walked
of
in.
all of these important normal life questions, I think we all learned that sometimes we can live in harmony, and you know what? I'm happy here.
And then they...
J-Lo's like, we need to go back, and he's like, I'm gonna stay.
I'm gonna stay.
And then
You
John
go.
Voight's like, I'm going to stay too, but how can a human love a snake? And because they're all clay, they just mold him into a snake.
Do they envelop him? They envelop him.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's the Beauty and it's Beauty and the Beast.
No, I was thinking
he
it's like-
lays down he
lays down his gun.
When Andy and the other snake are in this conflict, at a moment, John Voight jumps in front of them at the end and takes the hit, and he's dying, and they're like, oh no, John Voight, and he's like, it's okay, I was meant to protect this beautiful snake place, and I love you snakes.
And he puts down his gun.
Yeah, and all the
realizes
snakes
his love
curl
for
around him.
snakes.
It's like, oh, and
Except-
he floats
It's
into the
Avatar.
air.
Except it's like a Charlie Brown Christmas where they just move their tails in front of him.
Yeah.
There's this cloud of dust.
And then he floats in the air and turns into this giant snake, this beautiful.
The most gorgeous
What are you
snake.
thinking? Egyptian asp? What's a snake?
yeah,
favorite?
that sounds good.
I think an
Yeah.
Egyptian
That's a
asp.
kind of snake.
A Peruvian water moccasin.
Paraguayan asp, maybe.
Something.
I don't know if it exists.
I don't
Red
think
Racer?
that tribe exists either. So
yeah,
we're
probably not.
fine.
Probably not.
You know what? Anaconda, not a thing.
Nope.
So
also not a thing.
John Voight Snake
we want to
gets
fact
together.
check this Anaconda movie.
John Voight Snake gets together with the other snake. Owen Wilson is still dead.
Yes,
or
no. He has to have a reprise.
He's still inside the belly. It takes a long time to digest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe when Anaconda goes back into Anaconda land,
He hasn't fully digested, so he becomes clay. So he's not dead.
And then he's
he
just
kind of becomes Disney characters have always a little friendly animal companion. It's just
So he
digestion in his stomach forever.
just like you can hear him in the stomach, just
He
Yeah.
never digests. That's just his buddy forever.
He's
Yeah.
just trapped in an internal
He's fine
hell.
with it.
just making sly comments inside.
wow.
But I do know what the post-credit scene is.
What's the post-credit
It's
scene?
Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken showing up. Guy with an eye patch showing up. I'm here to recruit you to fight Cobra Commander.
Yes, got one more snake pun in there.
Come with me if you want to
Snake.
slither.
They give up at that point. The writers are like, what the fuck haven't we used at this point? Snake? Okay. Come with me if you want a snake.
Yeah, just make it to a nice verb and adjective. Like, snake. Snakely come with snake.
To a point where audiences are just like, I just want to get the information to know when the movie comes out, but I actually just don't know because they
Snake-tember
won't
is
give a
not
real-
on the calendar. I don't know how to get there.
On Snake You Very Snake Timber at Snake O'Clock. We'll be snaking in a
Buckle your
slithering
snake belts.
view near you.
I love Buckle Your Snake Belt.
Oh man. And so, what is this movie called?
Anaconda?
It has to be.
A
think
snake
it's
mare. A snake mare before Christmas.
I think it's Anaconda before.
Die another anaconda.
Owen Wilson in Anaconda.
I did like Adam and Steve.
Adam and Steve.
That can't be the name of the movie.
Fuck it. Let's just go with Snakes.
Snake.
The movie.
The musical.
Yeah.
It's just called Snakes the Musical.
Snakes with an exclamation point. The
Snakes!
musical.
But the
Everybody's got snakes.
but the exclamation
Everyone
point.
has snakes.
The exclamation point is a snake.
Yeah, it's a snake, right?
Oh yes, oh absolutely. What's the poster of this movie if it's not just a bunch of snakes?
I can't imagine it being not just a bunch of snakes.
Okay. I think the poster has to be. It's the houseboat of Anaconda. You've got Jennifer Lopez, Jon Voight in the real world, staring up out of the water, terrified at a giant claymation snake,
Yeah, right.
smiling
So a big
down.
smile.
But he's just smiling at them,
Googly
just
eyes.
like, yeah, and they're just like firing bullets into him.
It's arcing above them, but then below them, like the yin yang, is the other evil Andy. Like,
Oh, yeah. The real anaconda is underneath the boat in
Yeah.
the water.
In the back of the poster, do you see the tree with the Jon Voight door and like slightly open? And you see the family.
Oh,
of
that's
snakes?
right. It is
Right.
a Jon Voight door.
Right.
yeah, definitely.
I think
Oh,
that's,
man,
I think that's the frame. I think that's the proscenium for the entire thing.
frame.
Is that there's like the frame is like this door that's like already been opened, you know, and it's Jon
Just
Voight's
Jon
giant
Voight's face on
and then
the
you
side of
see
it.
the boat and like the snakes
Okay,
and the
yeah,
yin
yeah.
yang kind of thing.
Like Jon
you know?
Voight is definitely top billing on this film. Like his face
Oh, yeah.
is on the whole entire poster, basically.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's our smash up, Snakes the Musical. And now that'll take us into our game, the old family favorite, Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck.
Kill.
All right, this is our game, Marry, Fuck, Kill. This is where Todd will name 3 movies, similar in nature, and we will all have to choose which movie we would marry, which movie we would fuck, and which movie we would kill. So, Todd, what are our 3 movies?
Okay, par for the course with this episode. I've chosen the topic of campy horror musicals.
Ooh.
And so
that's
we've got...
that's a genre?
Oh yeah. I like to get really specific with it. So
really
we've got
specific.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, okay.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
And Snake the Musical.
Yeah.
No, and actually Nightmare Before Christmas, because it is also like a culty, campy
Oh.
kind of, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Marry, fuck, kill.
I know
right.
mine.
Mike, make your life romantic decisions.
So I would definitely marry Nightmare Before Christmas. It's
Okay.
the Tim Burton-iest movie that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
And I love Christmas. As far as Halloween movies go, it's entirely tolerable. I don't love most Halloween stuff, but I really like Nightmare Before Christmas
Well,
a
it
lot.
takes kind of like that family
It
fun
does.
of Halloween and puts it into a movie.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's got a lot of, the music's great. I could listen to a lot of those songs over and over. Even the bit where he's just like figuring out Christmas and doing the math. I could make a Christmas tree. Like, I love that song even. Like, it's just a really well done movie.
Yeah.
And I would not mind spending a lot of time with it. I would fuck Little Shop of Horrors. Feel like it'd be into some weird stuff. And it'd be a lot
Get up
of
with that
fun.
Audrey 2 plant.
And
Freed me.
and like, you don't really want to spend your
Michael.
you don't really want to spend your life with like Rick Moranis and like
You
Steve
don't?
Martin.
Sorry,
But, like,
Miss Moranis.
Yeah, who wants to spend their life with Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, Christopher Guest, and
I feel
John
like-
Candy?
I feel like I'm okay with just like walking away with that story, being like, yeah,
That's
man,
true.
I
Been
just
there, guys.
One night, it was pretty great.
and then I would just brutally, savagely murder Rocky Horror Picture Show. Just brutally savage. Like I have no interest in that. Like I've never cared about it at all.
yeah.
Leading you to brutally, savagely murder it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even like mercy kill, like, I put some nice poison in your drink.
No.
You will fall asleep and you will never remember.
It wouldn't
you
even be
wouldn't
one
put
of
a pillow
those.
over its face
It
while
wouldn't
it
even be one of
sleeps.
those like, oh, I was forced to, but like, marry, fuck, kill. It's like, no, I enjoyed this a little. Like,
See, Jay, you made it sound like you're going to romance it to death.
Yeah, that did sound like-
I've lit some candles and
I feel like that's worse.
That was like the Shakespeare version of killing.
Like, if you're gonna die, would you want a pillow over the face or you want like a nice guy with some candles?
I don't think I would like to
I want a
die
sh-
of poison. That
I
would
want
be
a
terrible
shotgun
way
to
go.
the throat. That's what I want.
Whoa.
thought it out right
Just
there.
At least it's instantaneous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's unambiguous.
I'd like to
I
be-
know what you were trying to go for.
I'd like to be Ground Zero atomic bomb.
Ooh.
like it lands on you.
Oh well, I guess I'd like to be like a half a mile out.
Okay.
You know, watch it and
that's
be
kind
like,
of an interesting.
That's
That's kind of an interesting way to go, because like, you know,
you
it's
get
like
to
a
see
bomb.
something that no one's ever
You're
seen
like,
before.
whoa, up
right?
close, too close, and then just.
Would you rather do like
Too
a
close,
bomb, too
Strangelove,
close.
where like you're just riding the nuke down into?
You know what? That's the best way to go. I think that's the best way to
that's
go.
kind of the best way to go, but I would like to see the explosion too, because
Okay.
it would be really exciting. Maybe just like I got it.
Parachute in after it.
Yeah, so you're on it and then jump off of it, Fast Five style, and have a parachute. and then just like watch it explode, and you're like, wow, and then you die.
Little
you know?
did you know that Fast Five was actually based on Dr. Strangelove. Like that
Yeah, we all figured it out today.
Like, it was just right there. It was like, what if? You know how they wrote a
Instead of a bomb, I'm thinking like a car, maybe.
Just a bunch of cars.
Anyways,
I've
Mary.
got my
So,
movies picked out.
so Truman, what are yours?
Marry, Fudge, Kill. Correct
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
For the kids.
for the kids.
For the kids listening.
They made it through this episode so far.
If you've made it
come
to this
this
far,
far.
we're sorry.
They've
parents.
snaked it this far.
I would marry The Nightmare Before Christmas
Ooh.
Yeah.
because it's a family-friendly movie.
is.
However, it's got some danger to it.
Yeah.
So like,
It's got some danger.
During
dark
the day,
side.
During the day, I have like the Christmas town, like the happy wife, you know.
Yeah.
Then when the kids go to sleep, she becomes Halloween town.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where I'm just like, where she shows up and
She's like,
Show me
she's
that Halloween town,
That's
baby.
right.
like under Mrs. Claus's dress, she's got all these like wicked tattoos.
That's
and everything.
spiders.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, you're a suicide girl. This is crazy. Oh, super
Mrs.
hot.
Claus. I never knew.
I would finagle Rocky Horror Picture
You
Show.
would finagle
I would fumble with the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I would fumble with them too.
If you guys
right into a grave from
right into that movie and all the characters within them are just real freaky deaky.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
real. Everybody's in pretty good shape in them.
And yeah, and like you walk
Even
in,
Tim Curry.
yeah, you walk in, I'm like, ooh, really
good
I
shape.
do declare.
They are. They're in very good shape.
I just like that. That's the takeaway for Rocky Horror for you. You know what? How'd you like the movie, Jay? You know what?
Everybody
Everyone was in real good
such
shape.
good shape.
They were so fit.
They must have had a gym on
Who
set.
was the personal trainer on that movie? I need to get their number.
If you ever walked into
Susan
Jay's
Sarandon
room, it's
was
just
great.
poster after poster of Rocky Horror. Like,
But it's just close-ups of their biceps and their leg muscles.
so I would
that's so funny to
I would,
me.
I would Fandango Rocky Horror Picture Show. And
How many other F
Excellent.
words can we use instead of the
I have
actual
a feeling that there's a few more in Truman's book there.
one? Really? Fandango? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
kind of...
and then I would kill Little Shop of Horrors. I know it's a great movie, and I know there's a ton of great people in it.
Yeah.
But I have no real connection to
So
it.
you'd have to, like, your hands would be around its throat, and you'd be like, I know this is wrong, but I have to.
See, I'm on the other. I'm on the other end of that, where I'm just like, if I'm gonna kill someone, I'm gonna go nuts with it. Like
Yeah, man.
Like I'm.
You're going to make a day of it.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'll rent a helicopter. I'll tie them up. Like we'll go way up in the sky. I'm like, listen, I'm so sorry, but I'm never gonna get the chance to do this again. So like, I will do like.
I'm never get to murder in a movie ever again.
It would be like Dick Dastardly when he ties someone and puts them on a railroad. You know.
You should tie TNT to him as well. I mean, might as well.
That's
Oh,
right.
man.
I'll take a dog with me so they can be like.
Good impression.
It's
Great, Muttley. Very nice Muttley.
Yeah, so
You guys, listeners, can't see this, but the Truman's fine handlebar mustache
That's
is
very
he's
true.
just twisting it.
Yeah. When he did that laugh, it just went boing into just like perfect Snidely. It was great.
so yeah, those are my my sexy choices.
Todd, do you have yours?
I do. I'm gonna marry Little Shop of Horrors
Ooh.
because it's actually long been one of my favorite. It's actually my favorite musical. If you don't count
Blues Brothers?
movie musicals, if you don't count
Actual musicals?
well, no, I mean movie like if you don't count Blues Brothers or Singing in the Rain, which are great
Gotcha.
movie musicals, but
Right.
they were never stage production. And why? I don't know. So I would marry Little Shop because I just adore that musical. I adore the film. Everyone in it is fantastic, and I would like to live somewhere that's green forever with a
Aw.
giant plant that may or may not eat me and sings blues and stuff. So I would probably Fandango
Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show because
Ooh.
those chicks are crazy.
Yes, thank you. You understand me.
Yeah.
Even if there's like some crazy like gender swapping shit going on, I don't care.
You'd learn a
I'm
lot.
having a great time.
You'd come away from that and be like, I learned a lot about
I learned
myself
so much
tonight.
about everybody else, myself, anatomy, just
learned
tons
humanity.
of things.
Your heart grew 3
humanity,
times that
anatomy,
day.
everything. And then I would kill Nightmare Before Christmas because it's already dead and I knew that I can't kill it. I cheated.
I feel like
I
I
cheated.
feel like that's a cheat. I feel like that's a cheat.
Well, the thing is with this game, you have to kill something great. That's like the point of the game.
you have to kill something great.
It's true. So I would
I'm gonna get
kill
that
I would
tattoo
kill
on my ankle.
Nightmare and I wouldn't feel that bad about it because I know that like in somewhere it's still alive somehow, and they would laugh at me trying to kill it. They would be like, "Psh, dude. It's Halloween Town, man.
I don't have
Thank you.
organs."
Thanks for killing us. We appreciate it. They would accept
Happy
it.
Halloween to you as well.
Except for Santa Claus and all those kids, they'd be pretty down about it.
I'm Jewish. He can go fuck himself.
the best answer.
And his
That's,
heart
all you needed to say. I'm Jewish. Kill Nightmare Before Christmas. That's amazing. I would. Oh, this is so tough. I'm gonna start on the negative. I would kill Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
Yes.
Only to prevent that dastardly plant from taking over the world. I don't know, and just to leave Rick Moranis in that like wonderful film time where like he was just everywhere and great.
Yeah.
Like, man, Rick Moranis.
Instead of happily home with his kids now.
Yeah, it's terrible. How
Enjoying
boring is that?
retirement.
Poor Rick Moranis and his stupid
Moranis.
happy family.
I hate that guy. And I would absolutely fuck Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right?
Because again, you would learn
Yeah.
so many things.
Yeah,
You'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
About
I
muscles.
I slept about muscles, a lot about muscles and personal trainers.
How do you think they would like? there's-
Well, you know what? Also, you'd be making intergalactic relations because
Yes.
you slept with aliens.
That's true.
and you went through a time warp.
You did
So
go through
you'd
a
be
time warp.
You'd be a time traveler as well.
Again.
Also, you'd be one of the few or many people to say they slept with Meatloaf. I don't know. I mean, because he's in that movie.
His name was Robert Paulson, I believe.
Oh, meta shit.
And
we all learned something.
anyways, and I would marry Nightmare Before Christmas.
A lot of people marry Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
It's just.
I
It's-
understand.
It's
completely
welcoming.
why.
Yeah.
It's just got. It really has both. Kind of. Truman was saying, you got Christmas in the day, Halloween in the night. I mean, you've got.
Yeah,
That's that rap song that never came out,
that's-
right?
Christmas in the day,
Day and Halloween in the night.
I have that. I have that.
Christmas in
I have that tattoo on my lower back.
Christmas on the street, Nightmare in the bedroom.
It's the
That's-
duality of
nice.
man, if you
Man,
think
she's
about
such a Halloween in the sheets. Yeah, I mean, like that.
Great. Can we start that? Like just using the word Halloween as like an adjective to describe
Man,
somebody
you're
who's
being
like
so
freaky.
Halloween today.
Only if we can use snake in an everyday.
Totally.
Okay.
That's the curse
snake,
that comes
dude.
with it. If you use Halloween, that's the great part, but you have to
to
include
use-
snake.
A Snakeman's agreement.
That's so snake.
Oh no!
Stop trying to make snake happen.
Jeez.
Don't Halloween me, bro. Yeah,
Man,
she's
things
a
just got
Halloween.
so Halloween tonight.
Oh, man.
I left and right pumpkins. I don't know. So many. I'm like, at a party. It's mid-July. Pumpkins. But yeah, that's what my pick would be.
Okay.
Marry That Nightmare Before Christmas.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us for Marry, Fuck, Kill, and
Thank you.
Blockbuster Smash Up.
Yay!
Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned a lot about Anacondas and that cinema darling, John Voight. And if you're enjoying the show and you've got a second or two, a quick rating or review on iTunes would be amazing. Or you could share the show with a friend. Either way, we really appreciate your support. And as always, we'll be posting a new episode every other week. And if you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. That's ARC with a C. Of course, you can email us any questions at blockbustersmashup@gmail.com or some movies you'd like to see us smash together. We love those. Or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at partialarc. If you'd like to hear more from Truman Alfaro, follow him on Twitter at Truman Alfaro. And if you want to follow up with Mike Christensen, you can do that at Super Geek Mike. Or follow him on Partial Arc's Because Comics podcast. And be sure to follow Todd on Twitter and Instagram at TG11. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Blockbuster Smash Up.
Let's go home.